Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Lean Publishing tip of the day. As always, I'll start with a little bit of housekeeping. Today's tip of the day is called Transform Your Nonfiction Book with CourseAI. So I'll be talking about our AI service for taking a nonfiction book and making an online course out of it. And you will find the corresponding blog post on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. If you go there when you watch this and it's not right there on the front page of the blog, you can click the magnifying glass and search for these keywords like Course AI, for example, and then you'll find the blog post with all the helpful links and everything like that. These live streams are also recorded. So one of the reasons we're doing them is because they can then be evergreen content that can help authors or curious potential self-published authors who are interested in Leanpub find out various things about our service and our platform. And there will also be, of course, sort of, some of these tips are about more general self-publishing advice and things like that. So please, if you're interested in learning self-publishing tips every day and accessing our archive of these live streams, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Leanpub. And on that channel, you'll also find tons of really great content like new release videos, short clips, book launch videos, and full podcast interviews, which are really great and which I really love doing. All right. So today we're talking about Course AI. So many Leanpub books are nonfiction books, and many of them are what is called prescriptive nonfiction in the business. That means that they're essentially kind of like books that teach you how to do something. And one thing we realized was that, and then another thing that we do is we have a courses platform. So a lot of people might not know this. It would make sense that you wouldn't know this. Leanpub is associated with books and with lean publishing and things like that. But you can also create online courses on Leanpub. What's an online course? On Leanpub, well, typically it's a section of text. In a book, it would be called a chapter. In a course, it's called a lesson. And throughout that lesson, you can have exercises. So these are multiple choice kind of questions. And the exercise you take, and then you see what you got right and you got wrong. But at the end of every lesson, what we encourage, this is where we encourage people to put there's a quiz. And people can take the quiz, typically multiple choice questions, and then they can get a grade for that quiz, and then they can get a total grade for the course. So if there's 10 quizzes in the course, you take all 10 quizzes, you submit it, and then you get a grade and you get a sort of PDF certificate of completion. This is a really great service. We developed it along with some very sophisticated best-selling Leanpub authors who are very successful in the world of MOOCs, or massively online courses. And so it's a very our courses platform is not well known, but it is actually very sophisticated, and you can make really great courses on there. Now, anyway, putting those two things together, a lot of Leanpub books are nonfiction books that teach you how to do something, and we have a courses platform. We decided that we would create a service called Course AI that you can use if you've written a book on Leanpub, you've got your book manuscript in plain text in Markua on Leanpub, you can click a button and we will turn your book into a course. Now, let me just share here. If you want to, you can create your own course anytime. So if you don't want to use our Course AI service, but you are interested in creating a course on Leanpub, including from your book, if you've already created one, you can just go to leanpub.com and go to the escape hatch here, as I like to call it, and you can click create a course, and you'll be taken to this page where, if you're familiar with Leanpub, looks like creating a book, but instead, in this case, you're creating a course, and you'll get all the same writing modes, etc. Also, if you're interested in doing it, there's a link to this Help Center article in the blog post, but we've got all kinds of walkthroughs for how to create a course, for the various different writing modes and things like that. This hasn't been updated in a while as I'm recording right now. So if you do this, go here and you find something's outdated or something like that, please reach out to us at hello@leanpub.com. And yeah, as I mentioned, you will be able to find links to that how to create a course and to the tutorials on the blog post. Now, Course AI itself, there's a link to it here. I'll just take you to the page that would take you to. So you've got our nice little kind of Einstein in front of a blackboard image at the top for Course AI. Here you will find the sort of typical Leanpub wall of words. This one is a little bit less wordy than most, but everything is explained about how it works here. So this is the CourseAI service where you've created a book on Leanpub, you've written it in Markua or Markdown for books, and you want to turn it into a course. These services are rather expensive because it's a very robust service, and you can read about the standard, pro, and max services here. In particular, I should say the thing about max is that if you buy this, not only will we turn your book into a course, but you'll actually be doing 3 kind of podcast type hours of interviews with me. The way these interviews work is I would give you my Calendly link to book times. And what I do is I go through your course material and I come up with an hour's worth of questions for 3 sessions. When that's done, we edit them and then we publish video to accompany each lesson. And the idea here is that it's like a one-on-one fireside chat podcast type interview where basically I'm asking you the kind of questions that someone taking your course would ask you if they had the chance to talk to you. It's a really great thing. We've done it for a few courses. I'll show you an example in a moment. But yeah, having at the beginning of a lesson a nice video where someone can kind of take a break and listen to you talk or watch you talk is a really great thing to have. Let me just share another tab here. So here's an example of a course that that has been created on Leanpub, Generative AI in a Nutshell by Henrik Nyberg. This is based on his sort of famous, I don't know, millions of views YouTube video of the same title. I definitely recommend you check it out to see just, Henrik is very good at explaining things. This is a very good explanation of AI. Now, if you buy the course, and I'm going to show you so I've already kind of bought this in my Leanpub account. What you'll be doing is you'll be taken to a post-purchase page. And so let me show you what a course on Leanpub looks like. Hopefully it loads. Doing things live is always fun. Okay, so when you go to start, you click on the course in the post-purchase page. You can also find it in the courses section in your Leanpub library. And you can see some information about the course here. You've completed 0 of 16 quizzes. The current mark is 0 because I haven't submitted any quizzes yet. So if I want to take the course, I click start the course, and then here's what it'll look like. This course has parts. You can see it's got 22 sort of sections. This is not the most. These are 22 sections basically that are called lessons, and then you can see how many quizzes there are and how many exercises there are. This will all vary based on the course. Some courses are based on very long books. Some courses are based on books that aren't so long. But you can see if you click on a section here, this is what a course looks like. Basically, you've got on Leanpub, you've got this menu on the left that people can scroll through, and you've got this content part on the right. In this case, the content looks really great because Henrik has made these awesome images. But at the top here, you can see because we gave it the sort of course AI Max treatment, there's actually a video that you can watch of me and Henrik talking to each other. And these are just always such a treat to film and to publish here on the course. You can find clips of these videos for kind of marketing purposes elsewhere in the world, like typically on YouTube and on our social media. But to actually watch the videos, someone has to buy this course. Now, I mentioned that there are exercises and quizzes. You can see them here in the menu on the left. So here's what an exercise looks like. You can see it's got a bunch of multiple choice questions that I can take. There's other types of questions too, but that's what's on here. I can submit it and see, oh, how many did I get right? Oh, I got all of them wrong. Well, what do you know? I did worse than the odds. And then a quiz is the same thing, where, yeah, you kind of really go through the multiple choice questions. Let's just do them all B and see what happens. Well, what do you know? I got them all wrong again. Anyway, you also have attempts. If someone takes the course, they're not sort of stuck. They've only got one chance. They can actually do multiple attempts. And if you're wondering what the main reasons would be to turn your nonfiction book into a course using CourseAI. So there are a number of reasons. One of them is that a course is a really robust kind of product. It's got these like thoughtful exercises and quizzes that people can take so that they can prove to themselves, give themselves confidence that they've actually learned the material in the book. There's, in addition to that, a lot of professionals have professional development hours that they need to meet during the year, and they have budgets for meeting these. And they might be able to meet their professional development hours requirements by taking an online course, but not by buying a book. So you're actually really helping people like that out when you give them the course. If someone's running a team, say, and they want their whole team to be on board on a certain subject, the subject you've written your book about, then instead of getting them the book, they can get their team the course. And you can buy multiple copies of a course, just like you can buy multiple copies of an ebook on Leanpub and distribute them to your team. And that way everybody's on the same page, but they all know that they've, taken the quizzes and been subject to sort of the same, something like an examination, which is a really great thing. And because there's all these extra features, because there's all this extra cool stuff, including potentially all those videos, you can actually charge quite a bit more for the course than you would for the book. I mean, a sort of rule of thumb would be like 6 times as much or something like that. It's kind of a course is a much more robust product than a book, even if its origin is in a book. All right, let's go back to the blog post. So if you're interested in, just a very brief post about, CourseAI and why you should think about it, you can find it on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. If you hopped into this video late and you're wondering what it was all about, you can find the video recorded on our YouTube channel at Leanpub. If you're interested in learning more about these kinds of tips and in like new release videos and stuff like that, I highly recommend you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll find a playlist there if you just kind of scroll down and look for tips of the day. If you're interested, you can also sign up for our Lean Publishing Daily newsletter, where we include these tips. Every weekday, there will be a tip included in addition to a bunch of great ebook deals and discounts and stuff like that. So thank you very much, everyone. If you're interested in learning more about CourseAI, please just reach out to us at hello@leanpub.com. Thanks.